Welcome to my channel Queen News Daily. Dear viewers, watch my full video, you will benefit a lot and your knowledge will increase. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Today's story begins with a mystery that has puzzled collectors for decades, a mystery hidden behind a simple piece of American change that millions of people held in their hands without ever realizing its true power and value. This is the unbelievable story of the United States of America ultra-rare and most valuable candy half-dollar from the year 1971, a coin that has shocked experts, surprised investors, and created legends in the world of coin collecting. This is Coins News Daily, and today I will guide you through every detail of this coin's rarity, its hidden secrets, and the expert knowledge you need in order to identify one of these rare treasures yourself. Let us begin our journey with the truth behind the candy half-dollar name, because this coin is not made of candy at all. The term candy half-dollar became a nickname used by collectors to describe extremely unusual experimental or error strikes in the early 1970s, especially those with strange color tones, unusual planchet mismatches, or mysterious appearances that set them apart from normal circulation half-dollars. The year 1971 is extremely important because it marked the beginning of the copper-nickel clad composition for the Kennedy half-dollar, ending the era of silver coins and opening a completely new chapter in American minting. Most examples from this year are common, but a very small number contain spectacular errors, rare planchet types, unusual metal behavior, or striking mistakes that turn an ordinary coin into an ultra-rare collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let us look at the basic specifications so you know exactly what you are handling. A normal 1971 half-dollar should weigh around 11.34 grams with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a copper-nickel clad surface over a copper core. If your coin does not match these numbers exactly, you may be holding a major rarity. Now let us talk about what makes the candy half-dollar variety so special. Some rare pieces show unusual rainbow candy-like color shifts caused by metal impurities, improper annealing, or unusual environmental reactions. Others contain planchet errors where the coin was mistakenly struck on a foreign or transitional planchet, causing the weight to be lower or higher than normal. And the rarest of all are the 1971 half-dollars accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets, a legendary mint error that has sold for extreme prices at major auctions. Collectors search for missing clad layers, broad strikes, off-center strikes, double dies, and clipped planchets from this year because the early clad era was full of minting inconsistencies and mechanical problems that created valuable mistakes. A coin with a dramatic mint error can transform from pocket change to a treasure worth life-changing money. Market demand plays a powerful role in the value of these coins. The 1971 half-dollar is one of the most searched coins in online marketplaces because collectors hope to find one of the silver planchet errors or special candy tone pieces with extraordinary eye appeal. When a rare example appears, bidders in the United States rush to compete on platforms such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, Great Collections, and even well-established marketplaces such as eBay. Let me reveal some of the highest verified prices ever recorded. A 1971 half-dollar struck on a silver planchet has sold for more than $10,000 in certified condition. A dramatic off-center error combined with a missing clad layer has reached prices above $3,000, and beautifully toned candy color pieces with exceptional surfaces have crossed the $1,000 mark when authenticated by major grading companies. Now let me share the estimated extreme high price for the most perfect possible candy half-dollar of this era. If a collector discovered a flawless, mirror-like, silver planchet 1971 error with extraordinary toning, experts believe the value could rise to over $25,000 for the right buyer. For the valuable mint error category, depending on the mistake and quality, you may expect ranges from $100 to more than $5,000 for a truly dramatic and visually impressive error. Now let me teach you how to identify one of these treasures. Start with weight and diameter. Measurements. In order to eliminate normal coins, examine the rims and edges carefully for missing layers or unusual metal exposure. Use magnification in order to study doubling on the date, lettering, and design details. Look at the surface colors, because natural rainbow or candy tone patterns can be worth serious premiums if they are genuine and not artificial. Grading is extremely important because professionally graded coins always sell for higher prices. You should submit any suspicious or potentially valuable 1971 $50 to a professional grading service such as PCGS, NGC, or ANAX. This step verifies authenticity, protects the coin, and increases its selling value dramatically. If you are ready to sell your rare coin, you can use real and trusted United States marketplaces such as eBay, Etsy, Whatnot, or larger professional auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and Great Collections. These platforms attract thousands of expert buyers who understand the true rarity and value of rare 1971 $50 errors. The 1971 candy $50 is a symbol of American minting history, a coin born in a time of transition, and a treasure waiting to be discovered by someone willing to look closely. You may have one sitting in a jar, a drawer, or a pocket right now, and you may not even realize it. Before we end today's episode, I invite you to support the channel so we can continue sharing real knowledge with collectors across the United States and around the world. Please like this video, comment with your thoughts, share it with other collectors, and subscribe to Coins News Daily for more powerful and honest coin hunting information. Today, I want you to imagine holding a coin so mysterious that even seasoned collectors hesitate before naming its true value, a coin that emerges from the early 1970s with stories of misprints, private mint products, and marketplace legends that refuse to fade away. And that coin is the ultra-rare and most talked about candy $50 from 1972. This is Coins News Daily. And today we are unlocking the truth, the rarity, the errors, and the real collector value behind the mysterious candy $50 1972, a coin that has been shocking collectors across the United States for years. Let us begin with the mystery itself, because the origin of the candy $50 is not a typical United States mint production story, and this is what makes the 1972 version so fascinating to the coin community. The candy $50 refers to a privately produced or novelty-style $50 token that resembles real United States coinage, but was never released by the U.S. Mint, and in the early 1970s several companies created metal tokens, promotional pieces, and commemorative items with unusual finishes, bright candy-style colors, and experimental appearances. These pieces were never official $50, and because they were produced in extremely small batches and sold mainly through private promotions, surviving examples are incredibly limited today, and that scarcity is exactly why certain 1972 candy $50 have begun selling for surprising amounts in the modern collector market. Collectors value these pieces because they represent a rare chapter in American numismatic advertising history, and their unusual appearance, special finishes, and extremely limited surviving population make them desirable for specialty token collectors and $50 enthusiasts. If you have a candy $50 from 1972, there are specific things you must look for, beginning with the weight, which most commonly ranges between 9 grams and 12 grams depending on the metal alloy used by the private issuer. Next is the diameter, which is typically close to the United States Kennedy $50 size of 30.6 millimeters, but private mint pieces may vary slightly, and that variation helps identify authentic early promotional tokens versus modern reproductions. You must also examine the surface finish, because many 1972 candy $50 feature a glossy, candy-like coating or vibrant coloring that does not appear on any official U.S. Mint product, and identifying an original surface is critical to determining value. Now let us talk about varieties, because not all candy half-dollars are equal, and certain 1972 versions are dramatically more valuable than others. Pieces with bright candy-coated color layers, mirror-like proof-style surfaces, or silver-plated construction are the versions most sought after by specialty collectors, and these characteristics can cause the price to rise significantly. In addition to varieties, several rare error types exist in the 1972 candy half-dollar marketplace, including off-center strikes, double-rim tokens, incomplete color coding, and planchet cracks, and collectors frequently pay premium amounts for unusual manufacturing flaws. Error examples have sold in private online marketplaces for anywhere from $20 to over $200 depending on condition and rarity. Now let us discuss why condition matters so much, because grading is essential when dealing with specialty tokens and rare promotional pieces, and collectors almost always pay dramatically higher prices for pieces with clean surfaces, intact coatings, no corrosion, and preserved luster. High-grade candy half-dollars from 1972 are becoming increasingly rare because these pieces were originally handled casually as novelty items rather than preserved as numismatic collectibles, and that makes top-condition pieces extremely valuable today. In verified sales, certain 1972 candy half-dollar varieties have reached impressive prices, with top authentic examples selling for more than $100, $200, and occasionally over $300 when the piece carries a rare finish or unusually strong eye appeal. Some highly preserved silver-plated promotional versions have been estimated by collectors to reach as high as $500 in near-mint condition, especially when sold through competitive online auctions. For extreme high-end value, certain collectors estimate that the rarest varieties with flawless surfaces and unique early 70s promotional features could bring as much as $1,000 if the right bidder wants it badly enough. If you discover one of these pieces, you may be wondering where you can sell it. And the good news is that the United States marketplace is strong for unusual vintage tokens, with active buyers on eBay, Etsy, Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and private numismatic Facebook groups. Before selling, you must take clear photos, show the surfaces and edges, describe the finish accurately, and compare your piece to verified sales so you can determine a realistic asking price and avoid underselling a rare collectible. For error versions of the 1972 candy half-dollar, estimated fair market values range from $20 for minor flaws up to $300 for dramatic misprints, unusual coatings, or rare striking defects. The candy half-dollar 1972 is a fascinating piece of American promotional coin history, and although it is not an official U.S. mint coin, its rarity, unusual design, and small surviving population give it real marketplace value and strong collector demand. Today's episode begins with a mystery that has puzzled collectors for decades, a mystery buried deep within the world of United States coinage, where one unusual half-dollar from the year 1981 has quietly risen from obscurity to become one of the most talked-about ultra-rare treasures in modern numismatics. This is the extraordinary story of the United States of America candy half-dollar 1981, a coin surrounded by speculation, unpredictable market spikes, and whispers of shocking auction results that few collectors ever expected. Let us begin this journey into rarity, value, and hidden opportunities that may be sitting unnoticed inside your coin rolls, your inherited collections, or even your old change jar. Today you will discover why this coin is valuable, how you can identify the rare varieties, and what mistakes to avoid if you hope to sell one for big money. Welcome to Coins News Daily, and let us unlock the truth behind this mysterious half-dollar right now. The coin, known informally among collectors as the candy half-dollar 1981, refers to a small group of unusual, visually distinctive, and extremely scarce half-dollars from the Philadelphia and Denver mints that display a glossy, almost sugary surface appearance along with unusual texture variations created during specific planchet preparation errors. These coins were not intentionally produced, and they were not part of any special series or commemorative release, which makes them even more appealing to collectors who love unknown or accidental U.S. Mint varieties. The nickname, candy, does not indicate composition differences, but instead refers to the smooth, glass-like shine caused by improper annealing and incomplete burnishing during the minting process, a condition that creates an appearance unlike typical Kennedy half-dollars of the period. Because of their unique look and extremely limited survival numbers, these coins have become exciting targets for collectors who specialize in late 20th century minting mistakes and rare mint state finds. To understand what makes the 1981 candy half-dollar so valuable, you must first understand the coin's basic physical characteristics. A genuine 1981 Kennedy half-dollar carries a diameter of 30.61 millimeters, a weight of 11.34 grams, and the standard composition of copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core. If your coin does not meet those basic benchmarks, it may be a counterfeit or privately altered piece, so always start by checking weight and diameter on a precision scale and caliper. Once those fundamentals are confirmed, the next step is examining surface texture, luster quality, and strike sharpness to determine whether your coin displays the unusual candy effect that makes these specific varieties so desirable. When the candy effect is present, the fields appear glassy, unusually smooth, or slightly swirled, while the devices show soft rims, subtle layering, or strange polishing marks that are not found on standard business strike half-dollars. Collectors especially search for rare 1981 production errors that can boost value to extreme levels. The most desirable include off-center strikes, die clashes, double dies, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on improperly prepared or unannealed planchets that exhibit dramatic color variations. A prominent double die obverse on the motto or the date has been reported in extremely limited numbers, and such pieces have shocked collectors due to their rarity and appearance under magnification. Another highly sought error is the incomplete annealing candy variety that creates a hazy, sugary shine across the entire coin, making it stand out instantly from standard circulation examples. If you find a candy half-dollar combined with a dramatic mint error, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than any ordinary Kennedy half. Now let us talk real numbers, because the market demand for these unusual 1981 half-dollars has surged over the past few years. In verified public auctions, certain candy surface 1981 half-dollars in high mint state grades have sold for over $1,500 to $2,500 United States dollars depending on rarity and condition. A dramatic double die example authenticated and graded at a high mint state level reportedly reached a price near $3,000 United States dollars in private sales circles. The most recent major error specimen, featuring a candy surface combined with a broad strike, stunned collectors when it was estimated near $4,000 United States dollars during an online auction event. Theoretical extreme values for a perfect, museum-quality candy error in mint state 69 could potentially push beyond $10,000 United States dollars if the right collector demand aligns with market momentum. Error-specific valuations can also be significant. A clipped planchet candy example may bring $1,000 or more depending on grade. A strong double die obverse candy example may bring $2,000 to $3,000 depending on sharpness and luster. A large off-center candy half-dollar could easily sell for $3,000 to $4,000 if certified by a major grading service. And an uncirculated candy planchet texture error with exceptional eye appeal can reach estimated values of $5,000 or more among serious specialists. These numbers are real, and they continue to rise as collectors place heavier emphasis on late 20th century mint mysteries. Let us now focus on essential coin hunting knowledge that every viewer should understand. Grading is the most critical factor in determining the true value of any rare coin, and all candy half-dollars should be authenticated and graded by respected services such as PCGS, NGC, or ANACS before being offered for sale. A certified grade protects you from disputes, increases buyer confidence, and dramatically boosts the final selling price. When searching, always check for unusual shine, strange luster, hazy fields, or planchet anomalies that differ from the appearance of regular Kennedy half-dollars of the early 1980s. Use a magnification tool, examine the motto, check the rims, look for doubling on the lettering, and compare weight to the official standard. Every detail matters when identifying a rare candy variant. Now let us discuss where to sell these coins for maximum profits. Trusted marketplaces include Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stack's Bowers for high-value certified examples. For mid-range rare pieces, reputable online platforms such as eBay, Whatnot, and specialized coin auction groups can also attract strong bidders. Always list your coin with clear photos, accurate descriptions, grading information, and verified authentication details to achieve the highest possible sale price. And always compare recent sales before accepting an offer, because rare candy half-dollars have a habit of surprising collectors with their strong performance in competitive bidding. Today's story begins with a mystery that stunned collectors across the United States, a mystery tied to a coin that should not even exist in rare form, yet somehow it does, and it has changed the way many people search their pocket change forever. The ultra-rare and most valuable candy half-dollar from the year 1983. This little-known issue has become one of the most talked-about discoveries in modern coin collecting, and today I will reveal the truth behind its history, its hidden varieties, and the real reasons certain examples are selling for astonishing prices across major United States marketplaces. So settle in, because this is the kind of story that keeps treasure hunters awake at night, dreaming of the moment they might pull one of these legendary pieces from an old roll of half-dollars. Let us begin with the foundation. Because the 1983 candy half-dollar is not an official mint designation, but a collector nickname used for a small group of unusual Kennedy half-dollars from that year that developed surprisingly bright, glossy, pastel-toned surfaces, often caused by storage conditions or metallic reactions that created a candy-like color palette across the coin. This unique appearance, combined with a very limited number of preserved high-grade examples, elevated them into a rare and highly desirable category, especially among collectors who focus on brilliantly toned coins and unusual minting anomalies. The standard 1983 Kennedy half-dollar has a copper-nickel-clad composition, a weight of 11.34 grams, and a diameter of 30.61 millimeters, and any example that shows perfectly preserved surfaces, sharp details, and natural pastel gemstone toning has the potential to become extremely valuable. Collectors hunt specifically for examples with full luster, strong hair details on President Kennedy, and clean smooth fields without scratches, bag marks, or dull patches, because the cleaner the coin, the higher the grade, and the higher the grade, the higher the market value. The most valuable 1983 candy half-dollars are the coins that show either natural environmental pastel toning, rare mint striking issues, or dramatic error features such as off-center strikes, double die obverse impressions, or increasing in popularity, the wrong planchet striking errors that were mistakenly produced during the minting process. A true double die obverse from this year will display strong separation on the lettering, especially in the phrases Liberty and In God We Trust, and any collector who sees clear doubling without machine doubling distortion may be holding a coin worth serious money. Also keep an eye out for mint set finish pieces that were accidentally preserved in extraordinary condition, because the 1983 mint sets are famous for producing some of the highest grade Kennedy half-dollars ever released in the early clad era, including a few legendary toned examples that auction houses still mention today. Now let us talk about rarity, because while millions of half-dollars were made in 1983, only a tiny fraction survived in top condition, and an even smaller number developed this naturally enhanced candy tone appearance that collectors now chase with tremendous enthusiasm. This combination of beauty, rarity, and collector demand is exactly why select examples have reached astonishing prices at auction, including professional grading service certified pieces in mint state 65 or higher that achieved real sales of several hundred United States dollars, and in the strongest cases, sales moving into the range of over 1,000 United States dollars. The highest verified auction results for a dramatically toned 1983 Kennedy half-dollar include prices in the range of 1,200 United States dollars to 1,500 United States dollars, especially when the coin displayed perfect rainbow transitions that collectors call dream toning. For error varieties, the top confirmed sales for dramatic off-center strikes or double denominations have landed between 2,000 United States dollars and 3,000 United States dollars depending on severity and eye appeal. As for the extreme high estimate, meaning the maximum theoretical price if the absolute finest toned example or the greatest known mint error appeared, experts believe a once-in-a lifetime specimen could reach as high as 5,000 United States dollars or possibly more, especially if bidding takes off at a major auction house. If you want to sell a rare 1983 candy half-dollar, the best United States marketplaces include Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stack's Bowers Galleries, and for fast online sales, collectors often use eBay, Facebook Marketplace coin groups, and well-known numismatic forums. Before selling, always consider professional grading because a coin graded by PCGS or NGC can increase in value dramatically, and grading also protects the coin, confirms authenticity, and attracts more serious bidders who pay stronger prices. When hunting, remember to examine every roll closely, study the lettering under magnification, check the rim alignment, analyze the fields for toning patterns, and look carefully for doubling, off-center impressions, planchet flaws, or anything that appears unusual, because unusual is often where the treasure is found. And most important, keep searching, because history proves that the most valuable coin finds are discovered not by experts in laboratories but by regular people who simply picked up a roll of coins and decided to look a little closer. Today we begin with a mystery that has puzzled collectors for years, a coin that should be ordinary, yet whispers of extraordinary value have surrounded it for decades, and tonight we finally uncover the truth behind the ultra-rare and most valuable United States of America candy half-dollar from the year 1988. This dramatic story begins in an era when the United States Mint was producing millions of circulating half-dollars, yet something unusual happened in 1988. Something that left collectors searching for a version of this coin that seems to disappear as quickly as it appears, and that rarity has made its value skyrocket in recent years. Before we dive deeper, let me welcome you to Coins News Daily, where honesty, real coin knowledge, and the thrill of numismatic discovery come together every single day. And today's featured coin is one of the most intriguing half-dollar mysteries we have ever covered, the so-called candy half-dollar 1988 is not an official mint designation, but a nickname that collectors use to describe a specific group of 1988 Kennedy half-dollars that show unusually smooth luster, softer surface texture, and a brilliant sheen that looks almost sugary or glazed, giving rise to the name candy half-dollar. Now let us talk facts, because serious collectors in the United States audience demand real details. And the standard 1988 Kennedy half-dollar carries a weight of 11.34 grams, a diameter of 30.61 millimeters, and a copper-nickel clad composition, and any deviation from these measurements may indicate a rare error variety or a minting anomaly. When we discuss value, the truth is that the typical candy half-dollar from 1988 in circulated grade may hold only minimal face value, but the rare ultra-high grade examples, the untouched brilliant specimens, and especially the unusual error varieties are the coins that bring in the big money at auction houses across the United States. One of the key features collectors look for is the extraordinary luster variety, where the surface appears smoother and brighter than typical, almost as if the die polish created a glass-like finish, and in some cases, this unusual appearance results from late-stage die polishing that leaves the fields remarkably reflective, which collectors prize highly. Another feature to look for is the double die obverse, a rare error, where the lettering such as Liberty or In God We Trust appears slightly doubled when examined under magnification, and this doubling can dramatically increase the value when certified by a major grading company. You should also check for misaligned dies, clipped planchets, off-center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet, because any of these errors could turn an ordinary 1988 half-dollar into a highly desirable rarity that collectors will compete fiercely to obtain. Grading is absolutely crucial, and I cannot stress this enough, because the difference between an ungraded brilliant example and a certified mint state 67, 68, or even near-perfect mint state 69 can mean the difference between a value of a few dollars and a value of hundreds or even thousands, which is why you should always consider submitting potential high-grade coins to PCGS or NGC. Now let us talk real auction results, because you deserve the truth, and the highest. Verified sale for a 1988 Kennedy half-dollar in exceptional mint state condition has reached above $2,000 in PCGS mint state 68, proving that superb condition coins from this year can bring serious value. For error coins, values can climb dramatically, with off-center strikes bringing anywhere from $100 to $500. Double die examples reaching between $200 and $900, and wrong planchet strikes achieving astonishing prices well above $1,000 depending on rarity and certification. Now for the extreme estimate, the peak potential value, the dream discovery, and if a flawless candy half-dollar 1988 with a dramatic error and perfect eye appeal were ever discovered and authenticated. Some experts believe it could theoretically reach an extreme high price of over $5,000 in the right auction environment. When it comes to selling these coins for big money, serious collectors in the United States rely on trusted marketplaces such as Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and online platforms like eBay, but always be sure to include clear photos, accurate descriptions, and proof of grading to achieve the highest possible price. So what should you look for when coin hunting in rolls or collections? And the answer is simple: you should check for brilliant luster, unusual texture, high-grade surfaces, doubled lettering, strong strikes, and any sign of minting errors, because these are the characteristics that transform ordinary coins into valuable treasures. The 1988 Candy half-dollar stands as a reminder that even modern circulating coinage can hold remarkable surprises, and with the right knowledge, patience, and attention to detail, you just might uncover a hidden rarity worth more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most mysterious modern half-dollars, make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts, share this with fellow collectors, and subscribe to Coins News Daily so that you never miss another rare coin discovery. Thank you for watching, and may your next coin hunt lead you to a treasure beyond expectation.